Recently, an Instagram user named SPC Funny Moments posted 2 short videos of students from St. Paul's College fighting. They asked the school to handle the bullying issue. The videos are only about 10 seconds long and don't show what happened before and after. Based on the content alone, it looks like fighting rather than bullying. It seems that SPC Funny Moments posted the videos to put pressure on the school and publicly demand attention to the bullying problem at school. Let's talk about bullying. Back in 2002, Professor Wong Sing-wing from the Department of Applied Social Sciences at City University of Hong Kong, along with Professor Lo Tit-wing, wrote an article titled "A Survey of Teachers and Staff on Bullying in Hong Kong Secondary Schools, Phenomenon and Countermeasures." It was published in the Educational Research Journal. The article reviews research on school bullying in Hong Kong and abroad, defines bullying behaviors, categorizes them, details the survey results, and finally provides improvement suggestions. Here are a few key sentences worth quoting. To address bullying among students, it seems necessary to approach it from several directions. First, we need to help children prevent the development of aggressive personalities or assist them in improving their behavioral issues. Second, we need to help lonely children or those who might be bullied learn how to face bullying to prevent victims from developing problems and become bullies themselves in the future. Third, the whole school needs to mobilize and work together to address bullying. The above shows how academic language can explain common sense. In 2019, the 9th issue of the College Journal published by the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences at City University of Hong Kong included an article titled "Addressing School Bullying in Hong Kong to Solve the Crisis of Student Suicide." More than half of the article discusses cyberbullying, while the rest is similar to the previous research. The article quotes Professor Wong defining bullying as when someone in a position of power intends to harm the victim and repeatedly engages in aggressive behavior. It also states, this is the most traditional form of bullying, which has existed in schools for centuries. By this point, perhaps it's an eureka moment. The same university, the same scholar, researching the same issue and trying to solve the problem. Yet after 17 years, not only has the bullying problem not improved, but a new type of cyberbullying has been added. In the end, we can lament that it has existed for centuries. Once again, this confirms that our common sense aligns with reality. I'm not saying that scholars are doing useless research. They work hard on this topic. At the same time, our experiences together show that bullying is everywhere. By today's standards, I have bullied classmates and have been bullied by others. I've experienced or witnessed bullying in schools, workplaces, families, hobby communities, and online. Bullies and victims come from all genders, ages, backgrounds, and educational levels. Bullying among adults is very common. For example, in the workplace, people might gossip behind a colleague, deliberately assign work unevenly, or use the system to make a colleague overly busy. In families, members often speak harshly to each other, unfairly distribute household duties, or ignore other members' disputes. These actions target specific individuals and are ongoing. Fitting Professor Wong's definition of bullying, the bullying problem in schools is serious because bullying is widespread in society, and schools are just a part of society, naturally including this common human behavior. Humans are social creatures, born with both cooperative and exclusionary tendencies. This might be due to species evolution. In primitive times, activities like gathering, fishing, hunting, farming, living in caves, building houses, and migrating were more beneficial when done in groups, and individuals were safer within a group. However, resources are limited, and groups cannot endlessly accept individuals, so those with vested interests exclude people who may threaten the group's interests. This habit of being both cooperative and exclusionary has not disappeared with civilization's progress. It is deeply ingrained in every modern person. A former classmate of mine once said, "Every group needs to find the clown." The clown he mentioned is the target of bullying, not only existing but deliberately sought out by the group. Although he is not a great scholar or philosopher, his words hit the nail on the head, reflecting that bullying will never go away. No matter how many times scholars research it or what solutions they propose. At best, they will only draw some attention and alleviate a chronic, incurable problem. Can we simply dismiss the issue of bullying with the phrase, "It can't be eradicated"? Not necessarily. The aforementioned article has a thought-provoking sentence. In some cases, children with extremely severe reactive aggression tendencies may feel like victims even if they have not been bullied at all. According to many frontline teachers' experiences, bullying does exist, but there are also many students who are too quick to accuse others of bullying. Previous generations of Chinese immigrants to the West were initially bullied, but they learned karate, joined American football teams, and became friends with the big Western guys, and trained until even Westerners wouldn't dare to bother them. In other words, being overly sensitive and easily feeling bullied, unable to protect oneself also easily attracts bad people to do evil. Bullies are certainly wrong and must be stopped when seen. But on the other hand, society no longer pushes for the next generation to become stronger, instead creating weak-minded, listless youths. And this mindset often remains unchanged into adulthood, leading to despair when facing challenges greater than peer bullying. If you can beat the bully, there will be no bullying. Here, I'm not advocating violence to counter violence or worshipping strength, but we must consider this. When bullying cannot be eliminated, the solution is not only to stop potential bullies, but also to make the weak, ordinary people strong enough so that bullies dare not act. This is another way to truly care for and help the vulnerable. If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you become a member on Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.